Hey there, welcome back to my channel, LeeBeeBuilds. My name is Aaliyah and we are back with another speed build. So I know it's November now, but I am continuing with another fall build. And this time I'm bringing you a fall village. So this idea came from a variety of sources. There was a little bit of a trend where people were kind of doing villages or even doing collabs where they made a village for fall and it looked very cute and fun and I loved it. And so yeah, I did one. That's what happened. I made one. I joined the trend. I thought they just looked really cute and they were really fun, and so yeah, here's my village. So right now you're looking at a bridge I made, and if you noticed on how I built it, I made a room and then built a second floor on top of that. It deleted the first level and then lowered down the second level so that I was able to pull it over across the pond, or pool as it would be called in the build by menu. And then I did the same thing with a third level for the middle with some stairs to connect them, and that's how I built the bridge. You would have seen me do it in the process, but that's just me explaining it. And then we've got 7 buildings in total on this lot. One of them it starts off with being 8, but I actually end up deleting one of them, so I didn't really include any of the footage of me like going through the process of starting to do that. I also didn't include any of the roofing because 2 of the builds I kind of changed their shape a lot, and so the roofing just like I didn't want to include it if I was then going to delete it all and redo it. So I kind of just decided that for the process of this video, it would be better that I delete it. Like, just like if you took a look right now and looked at it, you'll see how it changes. I will refer to them as the orange house and the yellow house. Those are the 2 that change a lot. And so yeah, just pay attention to what they look like now and then what they look like later. And I think that my creative choice to change them was a good one. Even though it took me a long time to figure them out at first, I still think it was better that I changed them. So this village is in the midst of their fall fair. Oh, how fun, am I right? And so obviously this is a kind of village where it's not like motor vehicle accessed. You kind of park in that big communal driveway and then you walk in to the village from there. Doesn't really matter in terms of The Sims because we don't have cars anyways, and I don't particularly care about that anyways, but I kind of like the vibe that it's like a completely walk-in environment where there's not driveways. It feels very like community centered like this, where everyone's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you would have to talk to your neighbors more often in this environment than if you just pulled up your driveway and then ran inside and closed your door. Okay, I feel like this is the right vibe for this. So starting off with just some landscaping. Don't mind my words that aren't coming out very well. So yeah, you'll see me cutting in and out different parts, but lots of grasses. There's a few different like bushes and trees that in the fall time, which is when I am building in, that they look yellow and orange. So I tried to use as many of those, like these yellow trees here that I sized down to look more like bushes. I used a lot of those just because I wanted it to look more fall. But honestly, I was struggling finding trees that would look good enough. I'm thinking that maybe I was too early in the fall, like maybe they get more orangey and yellowy and reddy. Those aren't words. But I was thinking that maybe if I had waited a little bit longer into the fall, I would have gotten some better colors. But I didn't honestly want to do the gameplay to get it further, and I didn't want to just fast forward and whatnot, whatever. Either way, I still think it turned out really quite nice, and even though we in real life are at the end of fall, this village is at the beginning when everything still kind of has green leaves. Meanwhile, I look out my window and yeah, all the trees behind my apartment are like almost bare. They have like 3% leaves left. It's sad. It's really sad. Although, on a note, it is November, correct? I live in Canada, correct? So normally November is equated with cold for snow, like that kind of thing, but it's like hot today and like this week. Like, let me just look at the weather right now, because yesterday it was like 20 degrees. It's 17 degrees right now. I'm gonna have to blur out where I live, but yeah, that's hot. Like, we're in November. Why is it summer right now? Like, we took out our air conditioning out of the window like a month ago when it was cold in October. So yeah, I don't know. But here I am. I'm just kind of landscaping around the pond to kind of make it look more pretty and like it fits in a little more. I used those yellow trees like a ton because I thought they looked really pretty for the fall time. And I used a lot of the same plants and stuff, the same flowers, the same grasses. I used them a lot and repeated them. I think it looks a lot more unified that way. And yeah, I don't know. I would really love to visit a town like this for a fall fair. And like I mentioned before, I changed the houses. So this is the yellow house right after I had just like adjusted it. And if you looked at what it looked like before, like it's drastically different, and I love how it turned out. It's still not complete for the shape in the exterior, but still so much better like this than it was before. And I'm not sure when we go to the orange house, but you'll see that one changed as well. And overall, I really like how this build turned out. I have it set on the gallery as a generic lot because I felt like that was the best way to kind of make it make sense, because there's so many different kind of lots on here that it like would only make sense to have it as a generic. I thought about maybe having it as a park lot, but I don't have any like swings or playground equipment here, so I wouldn't be able to like make it a park just because I didn't add those items. So generic is the way I went. But you would be able to most likely make it a cafe as well, because there is a bakery here. I think all of the items needed for the bakery or cafe, sorry, are here. That may be the residential. You can do residential because there are three functional living spaces here. One of them is a more like vacation, like rental kind of lot that is for the town. And then two of them are like where people actually live. Not that there's any Sims I made for them, but you know, whatever. And yeah, I don't know. Oh, here's the orange house that I was talking about. So this one also changed. Not as dramatic as the yellow one, but I like that I added the little top part, because even though it is a raised building in terms of like terrain, I felt like it needed a little more elevation because of the house, the tiny home that's like directly in front of it. And honestly, I think it's really cute. So the orange home is that like vacation rental house. You'll see it later on, and it's very obvious that this isn't like a place where Sims actually live, because it's like not as cluttered with personal items. It's a lot more like clean and empty. There's still touches to it because the people who run the, like, maybe it's an Airbnb or something, the people who run it, they like very clearly like put a lot of thought and care into it. And so there are like Halloween and fall decorations in it as well, because they recognize that their tour season is maybe this fall fair, and so they want to make it feel like a nice fall environment for their guests who come during this season. And so this first building that we're gonna go into here is the bakery. It is the first building on the left side when you come in. It is right next to the little, like a town square or something. Like, yeah, it's not in the middle because the pound's in the middle, but this is close enough. And it's got like picnic benches and different stalls for like hot chocolate and whatnot for their like fall fair events. And it's basically just decorated really pretty. Like, this isn't like a place with like carnival games or anything. It's more so like their tourist attraction is their curb appeal. little flex there for me. I think the houses look really nice, and personally, like if this town existed, I can imagine people going in just for like getting Instagram photos or something, and that's basically the vibe that I'm trying to give this town or village. And honestly, like if this was like an hour out of the city or something, I could see people driving to go to this cute coffee shop, this cute bakery, and they're gonna sit and have a coffee with their friend just for the photo. Maybe not during COVID, but in The Sims, we don't have to pretend that that exists, so let's not. But yeah, so I have like the get together like countertop there so that you would be able to like run a cafe. I'm not 100% sure how it works. I've had this pack for so long and I use it in like almost every build, if not all, like 90% of my builds. Like it's ridiculous. But so I don't actually know how it functions at all. I've built a cafe once and I don't know how it functions. You can check that out on the gallery. I built it a long time ago. It's not a video because I built it before YouTube. But yeah, I don't know. I want to do more gameplay. So actually, today is November 9th and Snowy Escape comes out this week, as well as the awesome base game update, which I'm super excited for. Most of the things I was like really excited from the Snowy Escape trailer, I think are from the base game update. However, I think the world is gorgeous and I think I have an idea for a Let's Play. I know, who am I, a builder wanting to do a Let's Play? Who am I? Put me in my place. But I don't know, I think I want to do it. Because Let's Plays are not really my thing. I like doing builds, I'm a builder, and I probably won't have much time, I don't know. But I'm gonna aim to do like max 10 episodes, but like 5 is probably like the minimum. So probably somewhere in between 5 to 10 episodes for my journey to batuu Let's Play. I know, controversial. I did 5 episodes. I did 5 only because I was trying to just show off the pack and show like how it was actually kind of fun. Like, what? But I actually really enjoyed myself during that. So that's not a lie, I did enjoy myself. But I just wanted to add that I only did 5 episodes for that because I knew people didn't actually like care about Journey Batuu at all. So, but maybe people would watch it a little more if it was for Snowy Escape. I don't know, but I have an idea that I think might work for a Let's Play. I'm not very good at it right now, but I think I have a good idea. I think I do, and I want to see how it goes. So stay tuned for that. I'm hoping that I can do it as soon as possible, but if I'm being honest, I don't know when I will be able to do that Let's Play because of school. So if you don't know, I am in college right now. I've already done a 4-year university degree. I have my diploma, and yeah, here I am playing The Sims, not using that degree I got. But it's okay because I'm in college again. I'm in a like kind of similar program, so I'm actually learning a lot of the same stuff I already learned, but I'm paying more money for it because I need that title. Education. Oh, jeez. Oh, let's not get into that. It stresses me out too much. But basically what I'm trying to say is that it's really, really busy. Particularly because when I was at university, I had like 5 courses per semester, but now in college, I thought college was gonna be like, I knew it was gonna be harder because it was more hands-on, even though it's online, but I have 6 courses instead of 5, and just like that additional extra course has really kicked me in the behind. So yeah. If anyone has any tips for motivating to do work while also getting Sims done, because when I focus too much on doing my schoolwork, I put the Sims on the side. So last week I only put 1 video up instead of 2, and that makes me sad. Like, actually sad, and then when I'm sad, I'm less productive. So how do I be more productive in school so I feel like I have time for Sims so that I can be happy? Seems like a little bit of a dilemma because school's really busy, especially right now. Oh my gosh. Also group projects. But in terms of what you're watching on the screen, build, yes, that's what we're here for. Right now I'm working on the outside of the left side, and I made like a little like staggered patio / walkway space to get to those like different buildings, and I think that's my favorite part about the build. I know, weird, like the outside part, how could that possibly be my favorite part? But it really is. I think it's honestly just so cute where you walk up the steps to get to that little tiny home, and then there's like a little seating area. It's all decorated. There's like a well, and there's some Halloween decorations, and I don't know, I just personally think it's really adorable. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you think so too. And then right here we are working on the bookstore. Yes, bookstore. There are a lot of plants in here, so for a moment I was like, is it a plant store? No, it's a bookstore. There's more books than plants, so don't worry. So yeah, the main floor of this bookstore is a bookstore, obviously. And then when you go upstairs, there's a nice seating area where you can take your Sims so that they can like actually read a book, because like it's not functional where you would purchase a book and bring it home with you, because that's just not how the game works. But you can pretend that your Sim bought a book and then went and sat down and started reading, and maybe they went to the bakery before and got a nice coffee and they're just being all cozy. And yeah, basically just cozy spaces is what my vibe for this was. So there's plenty of books. I use the books from Realm of Magic there from the debug menu because I like their vibe. I like that they're like brown, and so I think they fit the right look I was going for, but I mixed it with other ones too. Like I added those tiny living ones and the base game ones as well, and even I think those are moschino stuff, and I added magazines. Like I really just went all out here. All out. So yeah, I hope you like this bookstore. There's also going to be a table underneath those bookshelves on the wall, and they have like displays of books that are from the debug menu as well. And throughout on the tables there's going to be like little statues and vases and whatnot that kind of help out the vibe, because like in bookstores it's not always exactly just books that they sell. Sometimes they sell little knickknacks or stuff. And I also will add another table that has a computer on it. There's no chair for the computer, but it's supposed to be like a till where you go to buy your books. And then there's some like more knickknacks and decorations on there as well that they can sell. So there's like, I added like those little gems in the boxes, and so those gems in the boxes are supposed to be like little things that your Sims can buy from the store. And then there's like little trucks and cars too, and CDs. So yeah, I don't know, I think it looks really cute and somewhat realistic. It's not huge, it's quite a small space, but I find that a lot of bookstores that aren't like big chain bookstores are quite small and cozy. Like maybe, okay, hear me out. This is a thrift bookstore, so that's the vibe that I built there for sure. It's not like a commercial like Indigo or whatever you have in other countries. But yeah, I don't know, I like it. I think it's really cute. And then now we're upstairs on the second floor where there's cute seating areas, and because I was going for the fall theme, I did go for like orange up here, and I think it just looks really cozy and cute. You'll see the finished results of all these spaces in the screenshots at the end of the video, because sometimes I don't keep every single part of the footage, so you'll see the best in like the screenshots, so stay tuned for that. We're only halfway through, or more than halfway. Don't be scared. You're more than halfway, you made it. But yeah, it's really cute. And then there's also a balcony off the front that you'll see in a moment, and It's really cute. I added lots of fall decorations and Halloween decorations. I don't have spooky stuff. I only have seasons, so the pumpkins are a little repetitive, I will be honest, and that's just because there's not very many Halloween and fall things in the seasons because they have to accommodate for so many other seasons as well. Like there's a lot of like Christmas stuff too, or Winterfest, sorry. Clearly it's Christmas though. And yeah, I don't know, I think the plant shop, bookstore, not plant shop, oh, I did it again. I think the bookstore is just really adorable and really cute. And now we're actually into the tiny home. So this tiny home is right next to the bakery. I know we kind of jumped and skipped a few buildings in between the bakery and the bookstore. And that's just because I don't do things in order. Nope, do not. Nope. But so this little tiny home is right next to the bookstore. I mean, bakery. Now I'm confusing myself and you. Perfect. And so my story is that maybe just because this is a small space, this person's like a baker, they own the bakery, but they don't really care as much about their small space. They just live here because they like own the bakery next door, and they don't necessarily need a huge luxurious kitchen because they have the big kitchen in the bakery that they own literally next door. So while the buildings are not connected, I'm imagining them as connected, just for like vibes. But yeah, and so this place is very, very cluttered, and that's because someone actually lives here. And because it's a tiny home, they have to put all their stuff in like unique places. And so I use like tiny living, obviously, because helpful, obviously. But I put like books underneath the dresser because I thought that was just such a great space-saving spot for this kind of build. And then I put it like a divider in between the living room and the bedroom, just because if you have people over, maybe you have them sit on like the couch, and then like you want to block off your like bedroom area just for like some sort of privacy. I don't know. I thought that was a good move though, and it really helps break up the space a little bit more. It would have been fine with just like the dresser at the end there, but I think this was just a little added touch that was good. And then the kitchen is really small. There's only 2 countertops. So yeah, I know. Woof. There's the corner one and the full size one. That's it. And then for the fridge, I went for a mini fridge from Discover University just because it is a tiny home, and I used it as a side table in the bedroom, and that gave me real student vibes, to be honest, because I know that when I was in residence 4 years ago, oh my god, 4 years ago. Huh. But when I was in residence 4 years ago, we all had like mini fridges and stuff, and I was in a double room, so I didn't have much space, but some of my friends had single rooms, and they would arrange their space so that they could have a side table, but their side table ended up being like their fridge, because you're not gonna bring a side table with you. No, you wanna, you know, multifunction. So my one friend always had her fridge right next to her bed. Genius. Mine could not do that because of the way it was laid out. I did not have space to put anything next to my bed because I needed the 2 feet of space in between my desk and my dresser. I mean, my desk and my bed. I don't know, quite small. But to be fair, I had a pretty good roommate experience because my roommate like didn't exist. She did exist, but she like always like slept and lived at her boyfriend's place across the place, and so I never saw her. I literally had a room to myself. It was great. Like all her stuff was there, but she wasn't. Like it was really odd. And whenever she would come, I'd be like, why are you here? This is my room. Because like, I don't know. I wasn't ever rude to her, to be clear. I was always quite nice to her, but like we weren't really friends because we never saw each other, which I was fine with. I had a pretty great roommate experience because of that. I know some other people don't have great roommate experiences, but for the fact that my roommate like ceased to exist practically, it was pretty great. Yeah. I don't know, not every time having a double room is a bad experience. Obviously, it would have been preferable if like I had a roommate that was like turned out to be my best friend ever or something, but you know, close second is having a roommate that doesn't really bother you or spend any time with you. So we just finished that tiny home. I think it turned out pretty cute, and yeah, claps for me. And then we're on to the yellow house here. This is also a fully functional home. So there are like 3 living spaces here. There's this home, the tiny home, and then that like rental type home. So this is the home that I would, if I were to use this as a residential lot, which I wouldn't, but if I were to, this is the house where I would put my Sims because it's bigger and yeah, I don't know, there's more space for Sims, and it's a little more like, feels a little more not cluttered, because it's not very cluttered, but it's a little more homey. I feel like this is like an older home that someone has renovated a little bit, maybe put some more painting and then put in some more modern furniture, just kind of mixing the old with the new. Like you can see the couches from Island Living, even though they're like not meant to go with this wallpaper, I think it really looks good. Like, I don't know, I really like the vibe of the living room. That's my, is it my favorite? Might be my favorite room in this house, but the kids' room upstairs is also really nice. But anyways, we're in the kitchen now, so you can decide for yourself which room you like the best out of this yellow house. Yeah, it's really cute. But yeah, this kitchen is, I wouldn't say it's a small kitchen, but I wouldn't say it's a big kitchen either. I would say it's right in the middle. We've got obviously the kitchen stuff, but then we've got a dining space and eat-in kitchen on top of it. So like if this house was a little bigger, I would have done a separate dining room, but I opted to do the layout in a way where we could have an office instead. So you'll see that it's at the front of the house, and you'll see that after we're done with this area here. And I think while it's a little squishy that the dining table is in here, you haven't seen it yet, but you'll see it in a moment, I think it turns out quite nice. And then I absolutely love those windows from pack that I can't remember. Laundry Day, I want to say, but I don't think it's Laundry Day. Oh, I don't remember, but they're really nice because they have like that little opening. I could have put more stuff on there if I tried, but I think it looked good with just the few little items right on the edge of it, because I would have had to do a lot more fiddling around if I wanted to put things a little more detailed in there. But I didn't want to like put too much in this build just because I already put so much landscaping and everything. Like, good luck if you have like a computer that can't run this but you want to buy it. I mean, download it. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do some smaller builds because big builds, they really drain me, and I don't know. But okay, we're in the office right now, and look at that gorgeous lighting coming onto the desk. It's honestly beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then there's like a little fireplace in there too. So I put like a little ottoman kind of thing in there, like a poof to sit on, because there wasn't room for a big chair. It is kind of an awkward space because it's like mirrored in shape to the other side of the staircase, where it's like a little pass through onto like the deck area that we're looking at now. And then yeah, so there's actually a much bigger seating space outside. There's room for 6 Sims. So I mean, if it's good weather, it might be worth it for your Sims to kind of eat their food outside maybe. So there's options for sure. And then off of there, you can go up onto this little upper garden area, and I decorated it with some more Halloween stuff just to give it the vibe. And now we are upstairs, and we've got 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Each bedroom has their own separate bathroom. The master bedroom, I kind of skipped the footage, but you can clearly see everything that's in it because I haven't moved my orientation of the camera until now, so you could see it, and you'll still see it now as I'm putting extra clutter in it. But honestly, like, there wasn't anything special about the master bedroom. It was just kind of like boring adult kind of vibe. I think it looks nice, but it's nothing like crazy, and so I just cut it. But the kids' room I think is adorable. I love the shape of it, to be honest. The shape of the bedroom is really great because even though it's siblings sharing a room, I feel like they both have their own separate space, because the first one, when you walk in, yeah, like the second one would have to walk past their side of the room to get to their own. But I think it looks really kind of nice that way, because the first kid has the space to like walk in and have their own space, and then around the corner is where the other kid has their space. And so yeah, I think that's a great way of doing a double room. And so yeah, I'm really happy with that room there. So yeah, it was a toss up between the living room or the kids' room, which one I liked better. But I don't know. If you wait around till the screenshots, you'll be able to judge for yourself what you think about that. And then here we are in the museum. We've got an art museum, a little bit of tourism for this village. That kind of makes it an incentive for people to actually come for their fall fair, so that they can make some money from, I don't know, people from San Moschino or something just coming in for the day. And I decorated the chairs here. I'm really proud of those couches. I put like a plant in between them when they're in a square, and then I decorated it with some leaves to make it look more fall. Honestly, super proud of that. I really like that because it also gives it so that your Sims can sit down in the couches and then look at any painting they want, because it's like 360 seating there. So yeah, I'm really proud of that. And then we're upstairs and we've got like a little art studio space. So I'm thinking that like their tourism is like, hey, come to the art gallery, and if you want, you can take an art class and make your own art. Like, that's the kind of vibe that I gave this place. So this is where you can come and you can do some art. You can learn from the best and the greatest in the town. And yeah, I cluttered it with obviously like paintings and stuff. And then we've got easels. There's 6 of them. So, oh yeah, 6. So there's plenty of spaces for your Sims. And then I put those little like painters things, but I had to use the bb.ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement cheat. That one's a long one because I was using a Sim. You can see her right now. She's roller skating on the roller rink, but because she isn't leveled up in the artist career or painter career or whatever it is, she didn't have that unlocked, so I had to use the cheat. And so now I was able to decorate up there with that, and I think it just looks really cute. And then down here, I'm just decorating it with more Halloween stuff because this is an outdoor space. I wanted to look with like the vibes. Stick around for the screenshots because you will see the final product of all of these spaces as well as the outside, because after the footage finishes, I added more lighting and more decorations to make it look more fall. So definitely go check that out at the end of the video. We are coming up near the end of the video. We're just in that rental house, in the orange house, I like to call it. And so this one's a little less cluttered. There's still some stuff, but basically just stuff that someone would have set up for the renter or as like a little hotel space for their like weekend away in the fall village town. I don't know. But yeah, so it's not like super huge or anything or super special. It's just like, I think it's a really nice, cute little rental home that you can maybe rent for a weekend away from the city. But yeah, so there is spaces for your Sims to come in, fill up their needs while they hang out on this lot. That's all I want to say. And then the last thing you'll see is the stables that I make. But we are coming to the end of this video, so I want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.